Well, thank you very much, Minister César Vieira. Merci beaucoup, mon cher Pedro. And thank to your entire team for the organization of this council. And of course, it was the first one held under the presidency, your presidency, the Portuguese presidency. As you said, and I will be short on this, but it was extremely important. We had a very productive discussion, of course, this morning on the role of the national recovery and resilience plans in strengthening the single market, supporting, of course, our industry and through the digital transition, the green transition, and of course the digital transition. That's something, of course, very important, and it was timely since, as you know, we are now in the process to start to review the plans coming from member states. So we had an interesting discussion. I will come back in a few minutes on this. As you mentioned, Pedro, I had also a chance to outline the role, state of the play, and next step of the task force of industrial scale-up of COVID-19 vaccine that, as you know, I'm heading now, and seek ministers' input to this collective effort. So the first thing, of course, is that definitely we spend a lot of time discussing on the first topic, in other way, to ensure that national recovery plans quickly lead to transitional projects with real added value and transformative power for all Europeans. In other words, we insisted on the fact that it will be extremely important to have cross-border projects. So we issue some, we discuss on some examples which could be extremely helpful and useful for our European fellow citizens, but also for our industry at large in fields such as, of course, data, connectivity, batteries. But of course, we said also that we would like to continue to have more projects like this one in cutting-edge technologies like 5G corridors, AI, of course, processors. That's a very important topic, especially these days. Everybody understands that. And even quantum technologies. So we realized and we discussed that, of course, not one single country could handle such big projects. So more than ever, working together has been really a strong emphasis of this first part of our meeting. The second point, of course, as you said, was the fact that I have been tasked since a little bit more than 2 weeks to lead the European task force in order to help our industrial pharmaceutical company to ramp up vaccines capacity production in Europe in order to make sure that, of course, we will be able to get everything we need for our European fellow citizens on time, as planned in the contract we have signed last year, and of course to be able also to provide what is needed for our partners, including, of course, Africa. So I explained the role of the task force I'm leading, since, again, President von der Leyen tasked me to do it. And we started to discuss some very important topics, including the fact that we will now to make sure that the supply chains are working at the right speed. We insisted on the fact that almost everyone, every member state, of course, is part of this collective effort, because we have companies everywhere. We discussed that we had 16 companies, factories, let's say, making drug substance in Europe. We are 21 other factories making fill and finish. So we are pretty well equipped. But of course, the question is the ramp up, and also to make sure that the supply chain will work as needed. And we need to make sure this will be part of my task and the task of my team to make sure that we will be able to avoid any bottleneck that we may anticipate. And by the way, in that perspective, Pedro, as you know, I wrote to all our colleagues, the ministers, 2 days ago, and in order to understand and to have their input on their role in this global task, and I expect to have the answer within the next few days. And by the way, finally, I also explain that through this work that we are collectively doing now, we expect, of course, to be able to be fully autonomous in terms of vaccine manufacturing production in Europe within the next 18 months. The third point was, of course, to spend some time, which was extremely important, on our single market. So I remind ministers to remain extremely vigilant, especially these days, and resist the temptation of drawing up restrictions to the single market that we saw during the early days of the crisis. So I mentioned that we have today nine points where we are of attention in the EU. At the same time, last year we had 17, so it's better, but still it's too much. And of course, this is something which will be high on my agenda and on our collective agenda to make sure that everything is working smoothly, and especially, of course, during the crisis, but not only. We all understand that we need a smooth single market, that we cannot afford to have any border closure to make sure that everything will go in the right direction. Finally, I just mentioned one important point, is that we must not only protect our single market, but also improve it. And in order to prepare us for future crisis, because we know that probably we may have others to cope with. And as President von der Leyen announced this week at the Industry Days, we need to look beyond the ad hoc measures that we have been using in this crisis, and we need a structural solution, which is why we are working now on a single market emergency instrument to be ready and to be ready to be presented very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. We can